Hey there, adventurers! I'm Mary, and welcome to my patch 6.2 Buried Memories speculation video. Before we get started, please note that there are spoilers ahead for patch 6.2 main scenario quest and Final Fantasy IV. It would be a missed opportunity if I didn't mention that while I do try to back up my theories with as much lore as I can, please do not take the contents of this video as fact. Now, let's get to it. Virtra's deep longing to find his sister Azdalia is central to our journey into the 13th. After seeing Azdalia in the custody of Golbez, there's a very strong case for her being a version of the Shadow Dragon. I originally said this as a throwaway line in my previous speculation video, but I think they're gearing up for an Azdalia vs Varshan fight. In Final Fantasy IV, the Shadow Dragon is defeated by the Mist Dragon after Rydia returns to Cecil and his party. Varshan may knock some sense into his sister in a similar fashion. We already have a Mist Dragon in the game, it's the final boss in the Burn. But remember that Varshan is a simulacrum containing one of Virtra's eyes, and serves as a conduit for his consciousness. We also know that Varshan's new Talshan form can use dragon abilities. He conjures an AoE shield during Scarlamione's instanced battle, similar to the one Estinian used in the Aerie. I think we're going to see an ethereal mist dragon version of Virtra channeled through Varshan, similar in look to the Midgard Zomer projection we fight in Keeper of the Lake. A dragon's roar is a potent aether ability, and I think it'll have a similar effect on Azdalia that the Crystal of Light did on Zero. Since the characteristics of a Void Sense domain are reliant on that Void Scent, Zero's domain may hold clues to her past and her destiny. The layout of her domain is very reminiscent of the town of Baron, part of the kingdom Cecil called home in Final Fantasy IV. In the central plaza is a statue of a paladin in the Passage of Arms stance. Next to the statue is a gremlin who mentions the statue is of the hero who will save the world, and they're waiting for the day he or she arrives. They mention that our Warrior of Light is not the hero, and that they'll know him or her on sight. The more I think about this, the more I think this use of pronouns is a reference to Azim. Our version of Azim is the only character in the game with fluctuating pronouns. So I believe the subject of this statue is a shard of Azim. Zero mentions the statue in the center of the plaza wasn't there the last time she was in her domain. I personally think that the statue came about when we used the Crystal of Light to purge Zero's excess darkness, and is incomplete due to Zero being part Void Scent. The gremlin doesn't recognize the statue as Zero yet because she still needs to undergo a transformation of sorts before she becomes the hero. I could see an instanced fight in the future where we fight solo as Zero and confront her darkness, like Cecil did to become a paladin. In the final cutscene of the patch, Golbez is talking to his two remaining archfiends. Rubicante mentions needing Cagnazzo for his plan. In Final Fantasy IV, Cagnazzo was impersonating the King of Baron to manipulate Cecil, so I'm wondering if we'll have a similar deception. I'm leaning towards a fake Golbez possibility to lure the Warrior of Light into a trap. Also, during his monologue, we see a scene of Golbez attacking a robed figure that's instantly recognizable as an ancient. If we zoom and enhance here, you can see that the robes have speckles. Close inspection of the background reveals a striking resemblance to the hologram of the imprisoned Zodiarch that we saw on Aetheris' moon. This is the 13th version of the Watcher, tasked with keeping vigil over the piece of Zodiarch sealed within the 13th moon. Remember that the Watcher is a reference to Fusoya, and Golbez and Fusoya do have an encounter in Final Fantasy IV, with Fusoya successfully breaking Zemus' hold on Golbez. So, keeping this in mind, what Golbez says during this scene makes more sense.
The prison of passivity is an obstacle to my cause, and so you must fall.
The prison of passivity being the moon made from Heidelin's light-aspected power, the power of stasis.
What irony that the blessed damned should set us free.
The Blessed Damned is probably referring to the Ancients themselves. The 13th Watcher probably told Golbez about the true nature of the source and the reflections. Unfortunately, I think Golbez most likely killed the Watcher and absorbed his aether. This would have given him the strength needed to single-handedly bind a full-grown dragon. Golbez's crusade is most likely the invasion of Aetheris, with the plan to wipe out the population, so he can move the denizens of the 13th to the aether-rich source. This mirrors Zemus' intentions to wipe out the population of the Earth to make way for the Lunarians. As much as I was against this idea after 6.1, the evidence is kinda overwhelming that Golbez is hanging out on the 13th moon. I think they're specifically not showing this area above Golbez's throne, because it'll be the 13th. It's what he's looking at the end of his monologue, when he's reaching out. So, what are your predictions for the story? Is there something you'd love to see happen? Let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, I plan on doing speculation and Easter egg videos for each major patch, so please consider giving a like and subscribing. Thanks for watching, and until next time, adventurers, remember, you matter, and may you ever walk in the light.